Welcome back, guys. This is week 16. We are 14-0. We are going against the Browns. And stay tuned for next episode later on.
It's the coach. This is NFL football.
For week 17 against the Steelers.
Coming up, running back Mark Ingram.
And I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you leave a like, the comment below. Make sure you push the notification button so you guys know when I'm live. And make sure you share the link so I can get more subscribers. And all I care about is for you guys, fans, and of course subscribers, because I gotta show the love and support. So, and I love sports games, and just let me know which games you guys want me to play as well, because I do have a lot of sections, and if you guys want to add me as a friend, it's WK16 at my PlayStation username, and you will see my game list below. It's just depends on what I click on in the games.
Without a top flight quarterback,
we'll see
the way the game is played,
Baker Mayfield
the responsibility he has, and how the game
Lamar
flows
Jackson.
through
Look
him,
at that. The wild card is
he's
going to be the
not on top of his
Texans
game,
and Browns.
your team's not going to benefit at all.
And the hunt is the Bills. Wow, it's the Steelers in the hunt. Wow. Wow. 5-9 too. Well, we'll find out next week when we face the Steelers. Alright, here we go, guys. We gotta get going.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Baker Mayfield, the second-year quarterback from Oklahoma, will pilot this offense as the Browns get set for their first drive. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here are the Ravens now under 12th-year coach John Harbaugh. They'll be led out by their second-year quarterback, leading rusher amongst QBs in 2018, Lamar Jackson.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week,
there goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. Touchdown number 22 on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability, as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses, because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Mayfield off the play fake. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
We got this.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 9-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Hey, we got tight right. 4 down, check, 4 down.
From the gun, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson from the shotgun. And an alley to run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. On 3rd down, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 21-0 our score after 1. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. It's taken to the 26. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Olivier Vernon brings him down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Snead's got it. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, but normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joe Schobert showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now it's Ingram. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Tucker's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jackson dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Third and 2. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Let's go.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now Jackson on 1st down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Check 53. And let's get in them holes.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll kick things off with an AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. Pittsburgh taking on the New York Jets. And it's the Jets who have the lead in the second quarter. Josh Bellamy, a touchdown reception. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. The Chargers trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys are on the road to Blowout City. They lead it big as we send you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key for...
He's got daylight. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 70 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. The 3rd down run gets him nothing.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Hard to believe, but the regular season's starting to draw to a close. We've got the final Sunday night game of the year coming up later tonight. Matt Nagy and the Bears hosting his mentor, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be a good one from Frigid Soul. And that's caught inside the 30.
Come on.
A big play that time for the Ravens. 52 yards. Jackson now. And an alley to run.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On 1st down, it's Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3 downs.
Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Fielded just inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Covered a lot of ground there. 81 yards on the punt return as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Called it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Let's go.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in. And look at this, it's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
A good pickup there at 22.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Clay Matthews. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now it's Lynch. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Lynch. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Lynch's pass complete to Willie Snead. Touchdown, Baltimore.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. From the gun, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
I'm coming after you. Get it.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Lynch. Steps away to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lynch, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Lynch. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards. Throwing, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. And again, it's Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
A fourth-quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Jets have now taken a late lead. Sam Darnold with 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Lynch to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Ingram. And some room to maneuver. There goes Mark Ingram. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize. So adjustments are often a big part of each and every game. And it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work. And being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring.
And there we have it, guys.
Allows them to play with
final
a totally
score, 76-13. We got
so for Baltimore,
2 injuries only.
From a perfect
the running back
season as they moved to 15-0,
Hunt, but he came back during 3rd quarter, I believe.
Meanwhile, for the Browns,
and then Lamar Jackson came back
as they fall to 8-7
for a short while in the 3rd quarter, and then he got re-injured, so they decided just to bench him, and we had to decide.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And he only thrown 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's 50% of completion. Alright, guys. We are now 15-0. We'll find out if we are going to be 16-0 against the Steelers. And the last time we were checking, as you noticed the scoreboard, they were losing against the Jets. So I will let you guys know if Steelers win that game or not. On week 16 we will start doing that. So stay tuned for the next episode of Madden 20. And we will be doing more episodes for Madden 21 when that releases in the future. Alright, peace out, guys. Have a nice night.